Feeling blue, worry. Why should I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so blue. Worry. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? All right, time to call in. Time to call in. The excitement builds. The drama builds.
Hello.
The voice, the audience, the stock.
Everyone, can you hear me, William?
Yep, loud and clear.
Hold on a second. This has got to position the phone so I don't have to hold it in my hands. Hold on a second. There you go. All right, everyone. This is not the buy or sell. This is information about naked short selling, exposing the crooks, and if the SEC is listening, fuck you. All right. Forget the fork. We're at the fuck now. All right. Just want to start off by telling you, number one, I heard Morgan Stanley's block desk is a buyer, and I confirmed that with someone who actually pitched a big player, and they're buying into Morgan Stanley. So that is a fact. Okay, I don't know how big it is, but they are a buyer, and it's been confirmed.
How big is a block desk block?
I don't know. I don't know how much they could be doing. I guess the minimum of 100. I guess the minimum. Number two, I just want to congratulate Busy Brands, who had a space call, and he had over 150,000 people listening to the MMTLP story yesterday. And if anyone hasn't paid attention, Senator Capo from Arizona, he questioned Gensler, and Gensler was lying, and he actually used the words, if you watch the video, no more naked short selling, it's counterfeit shares. That's the Senate banking now is on top of this whole thing, and it will be exposed. All right? People just keep texting, emailing. These guys are going to fold. The Senate banking is asking the right questions now, and they want the answer to the blue sheet investigation. And, we are hearing all over the street the number's massive, and that's why the SEC's out here doing the curly shuffle, trying to hide it. But it will come out. It will get exposed. And the direct beneficiaries of this will be besides the MMTL crowd. It will help us in Finger Motion and GTI out immensely, because we've been at the forefront of this fight for a long time. All right? Lynn Partners, I will be down in D.C., William. I'm trying to get the printing done. We will make sure in our pamphlets that Lynn Partners and their friends, the guy from Australia, are going to be well known in the Senate banking circles. And for those who don't think that we can do it, ask Lou and ask Todd and Anna and everybody else that's been down there. We knock on the doors, we give out our information, and we educate. And you can see the education is paid off, because that gentleman use counterfeiting. No more naked short selling. It's counterfeiting. Don't let them change the name. All right? They keep trying to put lipstick on a pig. All right? It's counterfeiting, and they're exposed, and they're all going to get busted here. I just reached out to Charlie Payne. I told him that Jeffries is going to take a beating on this thing. Pay attention. They're the prime. All right, so in finger motion, I gave it to Charlie Payne, and we'll keep working the angles here. I reached out to John Stewart again, and we're letting them all know. The Senate banking is all over this thing. People, this is coming to a head. All right, not much longer. This will be hitting the newspapers, and I predict that you're going to see a lot of stocks and people going belly up soon. All right, they're going to get caught. I think the DOJ, if the Senate banking is on it and has information about the Blue Sheet investigation, this is going to lead to the Department of Justice, and people are going to start going to jail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So again, if this was 10 years ago, it'd be a different story. But now the cat's out of the bag here, and it's spreading. All right. Each Senate, everyone on the Senate banking is now talking about it, and it's just going to start to gain momentum and go downhill. All right. Let's change it to finger motion for a second. The options, 0 puts are trading. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 2 weeks ago, we were watching them put up all thousands of puts, right? Right now, there's 94 of the September puts have traded, and they're worthless. They're all 10 cents, 5 cents. 23 of the Octobers and 20 of the November puts traded. Worthless versus thousands of calls. All right? Very different. The upside, if you go back and look at it, options always lead the charge. All right? Go back and look at every SEC person that gets caught for inside information, they're buying options. All right? That's where the fast money goes, and that's where they make the most money in options. So players are loading up on it. I told you about a guy I knew, my friend told me his buddy bought $85,000 worth of calls the other day. I don't know the gentleman, and the stock has been performing very nice. I told you the last few days, we're getting these little naked shorts guys like Timothy Sykes that come in the morning and try to bear rate it together. My friend is a market maker, and he sees them do it, and he sees them panicking to cover. One of them just covered for 20,000 shares. He sold it down below 750, thinking the stock is going to break, and now they're covering. They're quick. They take a quick hit, but they take a quick loss, and now they're all gone, and now we're back to Lynn. All right, so Lynn is here by himself. All those little pirates all bailed on him already. I told you that before. The small shorts will give up quickly and run away. All right, that's what you're seeing. You see it every morning, and then you see it panic. By the end of the day, all the day trading naked shorts will be gone. They can't carry these positions home, because if the stock jumps $1, they're all wiped out. They have no money. They're just doing it as leverage. I told you the other day, big players, what do? They buy the dips. They buy the dips. Buy the dips. Buy the dips accumulation. It's called the bear trap. This is what they do. They wait for them to come in. They suck up all the shares, and then it turns higher. At the end of the day, you usually get your best price, and all the stocks like this. This stock has been trending for days, I think 13 or 14 days. It's the same pattern. They need to create volatility every morning, William. Every morning. They need to create the volatility, and at 9:30, they begin the attack. All right, I posted it this morning. They were going to attack, look for a big cross. That's what they started to do to create some volume. And here it is. We're back up to almost unchanged again. Where are they going? We all know it. The Senate banking knows about it. The story is getting stronger. And Busy's going to set me up later with his crowd, and hopefully I can get on with 100,000 people and go over this whole thing and expose it more and more. Education is the key. Understand what you're doing. On a different note, guys, the Arbitrator just did a video on GTII. If you have any questions, I haven't got a chance to see it yet, but it was sent to me. I haven't read it or watched it yet. Excuse me. But give it a view. The guy does good work. He works hard, All right, instead of sitting on your ass, watch this video. Give the guy a view so he can continue to work. All right, so if he's making a few bucks from advertisement, give him a view, a like, whatever he says to do. Give it a smash, a like, whatever it is. I don't know. But again, the guy's doing great work. He's helping you, educate you. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but again, so take a look at that. William, let's go to you. Anything?
Well, first off, let me know when you're going to be in town because I'll be out of town. No, just kidding. So the first...
I'd like to know, I'm working on printing. I'm working on the truck. We got some new slides we're working on. Hopefully they'll be on Twitter soon so you guys can see what we're going to do on the truck. Again, we can only move so fast. The short sellers hit a sell button. That's all they're doing. Again, but, I told you there's a big order at Morgan Stanley. Hopefully they got north of an $8 range to buy it. And hopefully big whales start to move up. I told you before, big investors get impatient. They stand there, they accumulate, then they move it up. The only way to get people to sell or the shorts to hit the bids is to move it higher, right? When it moves higher, they come out and start hitting it. Just out of curiosity, does anyone think it's strange that they fight at 4, 5, 6, 7, and now 8? It's the same pattern. The reason they're fighting is because once it goes through the strike, the guys that sold these calls, they need to protect themselves and they start buying the stock. All right, so $8 will drive it to 9. 9 will drive it to 10. All right, and it depends how big the short is, how many calls they sold, and you'll see the panic. It'll be as the calls, if there's more open interest, the stock will move quicker. Right?
Luckily, we know it's not fraud because Gary Gensler said yesterday in front of Congress that the SEC roots out fraud wherever it exists.
Well, he was moving his hands around like a magician trying to hide flowers out of his hat. I don't know what he was doing.
He's a deflector.
His new nickname should be called Shaky. That's his new nickname.
Shaky. I like it. He's a dissembler, a deflector.
Anyone wants to address him, just call him Shaky. That's his new name. All right?
I like it,
this
Shaky.
Guy he's a fool for allowing this crime to continue. We all know about it. I believe the Senate banking and the congressmen and the senators are trapping the SEC because they actually, yesterday, I believe he tried to throw Finner under the bus, separate each other.
Well, did you notice how he started by saying, this is just my opinion, I don't speak for, I mean, anyway.
Well, again.
No responsibility.
He's on record. He has a problem. They have a correspondence between him and Finner, and this is gonna blow the whole thing wide open. Again, data, emails, it doesn't go away. Follow the sell tickets to the money. They know exactly who sold all those shares. What's the number? That number's going to come out, and that number's going to help explode Finger Motion, GTII. These companies have been fighting. They're on the forefront. And, again, the driver for the truck has been busy. I can't get him out there. So, again, we just have to wait till he's free. But, again, let's hopefully we get our new slides up there. We'll try to expose these guys as best we can, especially with the Senate banking foaming at the mouth that they now trap the SEC in lying. Okay? They may not know how big it is, but the people that are knocking down the doors like Honor and all the other MMTL people, they're doing a great job, and I can't thank them enough for that. I'm going to switch from that for a second. People, stop telling me about bashes. Who would waste their time bashing a stock that's trying to help fraud, to stop to expose the fraud? The only people that are doing it are someone that is being paid by the short, or B, is the short. The people that are posting all this nonsense are pikers. They're shorting the stock, and you're taking away their livelihood. These guys short 3,000 shares and try to steal some money. That's all they're trying to do. Once they lose this edge, they can't make any money. So that's what they're doing. So they're all full of shit. They're here to protect us, to save us. If I was a short and there were people like William and we're pumping the stock, they should throw us a party. Keep pumping it, right? But instead, they're so angry. They're so angry at William. William, you got to stop talking positive about this. You're exposing us. They're so concerned about people like William and me and Abbott or anybody else that's fighting this crime. They want to save us. They're full of shit. All right? Pick up your pants and piss on them. They're scumbags, just like they're crooks. Don't bring it to my attention. Don't bring it to my attention that there's a scumbag posting on Twitter and they're trying to bash the stock. Tell them to go fuck themselves. There's scumbags trying to steal your money. Grow up, people. This is a big game. All right? This is what goes on. It's been going on. It used to be the Raging Bull used to be where they all were. All right? We're more powerful now than ever. Run these fuckers over. That's what it's about. We all know about it. We're not stopping until they carry Lynn out in handcuffs. Him and the whole group. They're a disgrace. All right? So, again, we're not going away. We're going to go to D.C. We're going to press the bet. We're going to bring the truck. We have West Christian. We're not stopping until this is exposed. All right? And there's whales that are going to suck up the stock and drive it down their throat. So keep playing. I'm sorry, William. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Just I've got plans whenever you're in town. One person, I'm just joking, of course. I'll be here. Can the S3, this is asked twice now, and it's obviously for the shorts, but maybe it's a new investor. Can the S3 that Finger just filed cause dilution in the stock at any second, and will that kill the stock? The answer is no, but I'll let you answer it.
The answer is, again, here it is. I'm going to tell you again. GameStop, the symbol is GME. AMC, AMC. Bed Bath & Beyond used to be BBBY. 3 examples of companies that had their stock squeezed, all right, to very high levels. All those companies raised money after the squeeze. They had to file these forms to try to get someone to do a secondary for them. And that is the difference. Finger Motion has done it before. They can sit with their thumb up their ass and wait for the stock to go to 100 and sell 1 million shares at 100. Now, if you think that's dilution, then you're in the wrong game. They're prepared to raise money at the peak, not at the bottom. This is not Wainwright or whatever those firms, all those shit firms that do these deals like Yorkville. They file it, they take the stocks down, they dilute it, they take warrants. These are different players. The Chinese group that's behind this thing destroys short sellers. You hear the words? Destroys them. They're not here for $1.
Wouldn't it be safe to say that obviously, technically it's dilution, but it's the opposite of dilution. They could sell 500,000 shares at, I can't do the $500 and raise $25 million. The company will be well funded by selling just a few shares.
But it's all done already.
Yeah.
So just think about it. You open a bank account before you send money to the bank, right? So you have to open the bank account first, and then you send the money to the bank.
Yeah.
The money in the bank. So you have to do it before. Most of these firms are morons, okay? And I talk to them. They all got their head up their ass. They wait for Wall Street to tell them when they should raise money. This is the company being ahead of it and eliminating Wall Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very different.
Then they're planning ahead. This is good management, a great team with Univest. I don't know what people are worried about. This is great news. Don't try to look a gift horse in the mouth, unless that's what you do in life.
If you're nervous, move to the sideline, and after they sell the stock, then you can jump back in. You should be nervous about that, all right? But
so here's an easier question. Have you met with Univest yourself?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Here's another question. Will Finger be $100 by Friday?
Yes, I have plans for Friday night.
Do we owe all of this with MMTLP and Finger? Do we owe congratulations to Wes Christian at all?
No, we owe it to people like Honor and the people from MMTLP.
Yeah.
Wes Christian is a lawyer that is sitting in the bleachers watching the battle from the field. He's letting us slaughter each other out here, fight this battle, and then he comes in. He makes a lot of money at the end as an attorney. That's what they do. All right. MMTLP got this far not because Wes Christian's standing out there with a flag or his interview with Charlie Payne. All right. This happened because of people like Anna and I don't know all the people, Busy Brands, all these people that that have fought and got the exposure and emails, and that's what I'm trying to get you people in finger motion. It takes a second. Retweet, call the SEC, whistleblow. Look at these guys are at the Senate banking level. You watched it on television last night. On videos. You could see what's going on here. They got the exposure. They break the door down, we all win. If we push the door down, we all win. Everybody wins. This is life-changing stuff. These guys have committed so much fraud, they're trapped. They can't get out. This is very different, all right? There's no way out anymore. How are they going to lie to the Senate banking when that number comes out? When they get the information about how big the fails to deliver in the blue sheet was, and that number is north of 500 million, 600, whatever the number may be. What are they going to say? Because they used the word counterfeits. Where did these shares come from? This shit's going to hit the fan big time. It's going to be on the cover of the Wall Street Journal, and the whole game is going to be ripped apart thanks to MMTLP. Wes Christian, he'll make a lot of money because he does the paperwork down the road, and he'll help expose it. You need him at this point in the game. All right? So he's a great guy. I'm not meaning to throw him under the bus, but the real grassroots of this thing is from the investors who got stuck.
Yeah. The 100,000 people and the
Right.
7 billion impressions on Congress. Amazing.
Right.
One person's asking, who's holding this down? Do you know? Another person's asking, does it get to 10 this week and squeeze next week? So I don't know if that's enough.
Listen, all I look at is every day there's a fight at the whole number. 6, 7, now it's 8. All right? We were all whining it's going to get past 5. We all whined it gets get past 6. Then we said 7. And every option from the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, they're all profitable now. Again, the options above are the home run swings. And you know what? Once these guys fold and take their foot off selling, the stock has a different look. When the whales are here, look how easy it is. No more manipulation, right? They know the buy orders are out there. They can see it. All right? Here it is. It's up on the day now. So after all those attempts to knock it down, and I'm just going to do something.
Well, you watched it all day. Would you say that the volume as they knocked it down was particularly high? It seems to me it wasn't.
Well, they whacked the one buyer. Okay, the VWAP was the average price on all the sales is $7.66.
Wow.
They're down 20 cents already.
Wow.
22 cents on all those shares already.
Wow.
Right? So that tells you the attack, and you can get an average price on all their sales. So there you
Wow.
go. It's all underwater already. That's how stupid they are. They do the same thing every day. If they were smart, they let the stock go higher, and the average price would be higher. But they cannot let it go up.
I thought stupid made money, or was it smart people? I don't. Anyway, do you also think GTII will go to high numbers?
Yes.
Um,
Watch Avid's video. I haven't watched it yet. I will get to it later.
Yeah, and I think people should be focused on Finger right now, not because it's the only stock in the world, but it's happening right now. That's all.
Listen, if you can't afford it, you could buy GTII if you like. I can't tell you what to do, but if you're waiting, for a pullback and it's not coming, instead of playing options if you're nervous about it. Listen, when finger motion breaks 10, starts running, GTII will be somewhere between $3 and $5. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah.
So, I'm 100% wrong. Between 3 and 5, that means you get $1.50 to $2, $3, right? So there you go.
Somebody pointed out, and maybe you can comment, that he's noticing that shorts are covering other names as if it's a big pressure on Wall Street.
I agree that that's probably happening, but I'm not following other names. I'm not
Okay.
doing it right now. They're not stupid. Listen, real shorts are trying to slip out the doors in many names, all right, because they know there's something going on in D.C. There's not even a question. So I would suspect that that's what's holding up the market is shorts are trying to cover in different names because they don't want to get exposed being naked short. All right.
You said get off your ass and watch Avid's video. Do we have to stand up when we're watching it?
Yes, we do. No, I'm just trying to tell people, hey, if MMTLP, this crowd who lost everything,